In the dead of night, an uninvited masonry drill bit violently pierces the solid concrete ceiling of a locked municipal evidence room. Before the dust even hits the floor, the room detects the volumetric breach and initiates a full-scale lockdown in under 50 milliseconds. Power to the room's access points is instantly cut, and heavy-duty magnetic locks slam shut, sealing the vault. Cloud-based security platforms like Ring or Verkada function as passive observers, recording events to external servers over vulnerable internet lines. The Municipal Citadel is an autonomous, air-gapped system designed specifically to protect high-value assets like municipal archives and police evidence rooms. True physical security requires executing local, active physical countermeasures faster than human perception, without a single packet of data leaving the building. Securing a physical perimeter begins with standard hardware. The lockdown relies on actuating heavy-duty 12-volt or 24-volt magnetic locks and electronic door strikes. Locks connect to an opto-isolated 8-channel relay board, translating digital commands via a USB to GPIO connection. A fail-safe red wire diverts to the fire alarm panel, ensuring emergency opening. Inside the USB pathway, the industrial foreman's node-red container waits for a critical threat flag. This container operates entirely on local edge hardware, the Sovereign Sentry Pro node. It processes logic locally to actuate the doors without requesting authorization from an external server. The physical lockdown is the final, instantaneous output of an ultra-low latency local edge computing pipeline. To understand what generates that critical threat flag inside the edge compute node, we have to look upstream. The threat is identified by the Vault Warden AI, running two primary models: YOLO V8 Spectral Custom and Point Pillar's LiDAR 3D. YOLO V8 is an object detection algorithm that analyzes spectral video data, while Point Pillars is a neural network designed to process 3D point clouds from spatial sensors. Processing these models simultaneously requires high-tier local compute power. The Sovereign Sentry Pro handles this with an Intel i3 N305 processor, 32 GB of RAM, and a 1 TB NVMe storage drive. This 3D wireframe shows the system's calibration phase. IT administrators use a local dashboard to map the empty, secure room, establishing a precise volumetric baseline known as the golden state. The Vault Warden then continuously compares live dual-input sensor feeds against this locked golden state, flagging spatial or spectral anomalies the moment they occur. The AI mathematically verifies the entire three-dimensional mass of the room against an immutable local baseline multiple times a second. Moving further upstream, we find the physical hardware capturing the environment, the Provada Sentinel Kit, connected via standard Ethernet and power over Ethernet. The primary sensor is the 3D Point Pillars LiDAR module. This is the device mapping the room's volume. LiDAR detects physical mass displacement greater than 2 millimeters. It remains operational in heavy smoke, total darkness, or under the glare of blinding lasers. The secondary sensor is a multispectral pan-tilt zoom camera, engineered for high-value archive and evidence defense. This split view demonstrates spectral provenance. The camera routinely zooms in to inspect historical documents at a microscopic level. By verifying the specific chemical pigment and canvas weave patterns, it ensures authentic assets haven't been swapped with forgeries. For zero-trust security, both the LiDAR and the camera are cryptographically bound to the Sentry Pro's MAC address before they ever leave the factory. Measuring absolute mass and chemical signatures creates a verification layer where deception is physically impossible. Zooming out to the full system architecture, a critical administrative question arises. How does a modern system verify its software license without ever pinging an external cloud server? This VLAN diagram rejects external connections using an air-gap entitlement, bypassing standard remote provisioning. Forcing island mode for government use, the system operates indefinitely with zero outbound internet. Notice data streams, video, LiDAR, logs, flowing exclusively inward to the encrypted local drive. If evidence or audit logs are subpoenaed, authorized personnel must physically retrieve them by inserting a cryptographic sovereign maintenance key into the node. Against targeted physical attacks, like thieves cutting power to the building, the node runs on 12-volt DC power. Tied to a local uninterruptible power supply, it stays armed for days, utilizing an optional Nomad LTE link strictly to send outbound alerts if the local network drops. The ultimate defense against cyberattacks is the total removal of the attack surface. True data sovereignty means the evidence never leaves the room. Let's return to the exact moment the drill bit breaches the ceiling and trace this data pipeline at full speed. The anomaly enters the space. The LiDAR registers a deviation in the point cloud. The Vault Warden AI flags the threat and passes it to the foreman node-read logic. The industrial relay instantly drops the power, sending heavy magnetic deadbolts slamming into their housings, securing the location. This entire computational sequence occurs in under 50 milliseconds, vastly outpacing human reaction times or the latency inherent in cloud processing. By fusing local edge compute with 3D volumetric detection and industrial actuators, physical security transitions from vulnerable observation to sovereign, autonomous defense.